Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Maxis Black.
And Nova.
And we're bringing you guys a normal game sent in by the fans on d2dgamer.com. Adam?
Yes?
Hit me up with that noise, please, sir.
Whoa!
Nice. So down here we have GeneralTso. Tasu.
Keep going.
Tso.
Keep trying.
GeneralTso.
Almost.
GeneralTso.
Nope.
GeneralTso.
Nope.
GeneralTso.
Nope. We're missing a very key element as to what that name is from here. It's Asian.
General, I don't give a shit. And up top here, we have... Adam just said it. Nice. And this is going to be a PVZ here on Adam's favorite map,
Metalopolis!
What kind of announcements do we have? Really not a whole lot.
D2D Gamer is a place again.
Yes it is.
There was a unfortunate period of time where it was not a place, and then we brought it back from the dead. You will no longer find a random blonde chick standing there with books in her hands.
Yeah, we ran into the new website is officially not happening right now.
Yep.
The main reason we got a hefty $10,000 quote.
Yep.
And we said no.
We said, as much as I love spending $10,000 on a website,
as much as I love to have $10,000 to spend on a website.
Yep.
That's a down payment on a home.
That's a lot of money. And we figured the better thing to do is to actually just go the community route.
Yep.
And so you'll see an announcement video eventually, maybe it might not be until the new year, about pulling members of our community together who are all sorts of awesome at things like programming and coding and databasing, and we're going to literally have a website built and driven by the community.
Yeah, we were thinking like around $1,000, $2,000, and then we quickly realized that is the budget for like
that doesn't even get you a quote.
Yeah,
like
literally.
if you want to get like the wireframing for the site done, that's not even that. Like you don't even get the folder that tells you what the site's going to look like for $2,000.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
If you want it done right.
Yeah.
We could just have a repeat of the old D2D Gamer.
No, we're good. But anyway, guys, that's a quick update. We'll have something official. We're trying.
Good news, nothing exciting has happened so far, except for the fact that we're looking like very standard opening here by both. It's GeneralTso.
Okay, so the T is silent.
You can pronounce the T a little bit if you wanted to. However, my English-speaking mouth does not do a great
Adam,
job.
why the hell do you have this thing backwards?
I didn't. I put it back after you said put it back. Well, I don't know why I defaulted back. You seem to do a great job of it there, though.
You like that, though?
That was very nice.
All right, cool.
See, it feels better that way. I'm telling you.
No, not really. This
Really?
isn't a first-person shooter, so.
Well, could be.
So, like, whenever I move left, it moves right, and whenever I move right, it moves left.
No, it's up and down.
Or up and down,
reversed.
whatever. You know what? I don't care. I don't give a shit. All I know is that there is 4 lings touching this tower right now. Very, very good. I don't know what league this is. Like Adam said, it seems very, very typical openings. We do have a double assimilator. Of course, you're going to get 1 Zealot out, 1 Bob, and then just pump the sentries. You'll only need 1 Bob. That's it. When you're playing up against the Zerg, it looks like we are going to see a fast expansion here. I do not like the placement of this pylon. I'd like to see it right around this area. And then creating that wall from the pylon to the Nexus. It will stop massive lings, and even a lot of the time as Zergs will actually do this ling roach all-in garbage.
Yep.
And if you don't have a proper wall with good cannon placement, you're dead. Plain and simple, you're dead. But you know what? Whatever.
Well, what he would have seen going down there is that he knows he's got that fast expansion, so we're not going to see a loach ring.
A loach
ring all in.
Well, sometimes, Adam, to be honest, it can still happen. I'm not talking.
It's just a little more delayed.
I'm not talking a 7 roach rush. I'm talking
gold expansion.
Holy tits. I'm talking that when Zergs, they get an expansion, they won't spine crawler up, they won't do anything, they'll just, instead of pumping drones, they'll pump roaches and lings and push. and usually when a Zerg, expands, they drone up, kind of like what this Zerg is doing right now. And if they feel as though the Protoss is going to apply some pressure, they feel as though maybe there's a 4-gate happening, they'll quickly throw down some spine crawlers and maybe grab metabolic boost. I'm actually surprised metabolic boost is not.
Is done.
Is it done?
He did that. He did that one of his first things. I was expecting aggression because of it, but it looks like he was just getting it for defensive purposes.
Yep, always good to have.
Which is entirely a great thing to have, almost always.
I can't remember who says it, but Lings are basically the worst unit in StarCraft.
Everybody says that.
Okay. Well, there's
everybody says that.
There's one caster. It might be Day 9 that says it. That they're basically useless, and they are. Oh, there's that wall that I was talking about.
There
very
it
nice.
is. Very, very nice. Got his warp gate technology up now, and it looks like yeah, he does have that wall done up. You know what? He might have actually done that on purpose because it looks like instead of having a pylon on the corner now he's completely walled up with 2 warp gates instead, which of course is way better than having a pylon. I personally didn't know that was the right distance.
You can do that, but the thing is you also got to take into consideration, such as the Ling Roach, if it gets pushed. Yeah. And, these die, that's it, right? You only then have one gateway that has warp research. Sure. You're only going to be able to warp in one thing at a time. You're keeping this vulnerable. Sure, it's extra damage hit or damage points or whatever, hit points. It's going to make your wall a little bit stronger.
Why is there a fleet beacon?
Is there?
There is a freaking fleet beacon going
up
for...
Wow, and this Zerg is getting all the way greedy right now, and Zerg normally does this. When a Protoss goes ahead and grabs a fast expansion, if the Zerg's not gonna push, they're gonna say, okay, well, you're gonna grab a second, I'm gonna grab a third, but usually they don't grab the gold. Usually they grab down here.
Well, I mean, I think in terms of distance that your creep is going to have to go.
I hear Void Ray. I hear Void Ray.
Yeah, you did hear Void Ray. The Void Ray were out. There it is right there. I think there was one Spore Crawler there down at this expansion. Yep. There it is. That's going to be more than enough to deter that Void Ray and send it back home. I don't think that the distance between the gold and the natural and the what should be the third is any different, and so I think in terms of defending it, it's probably pretty similar.
Well, the thing is sure, it can be a little bit similar, but you leave yourself wide open to error here. There's multiple areas where the units can come up from, and also if they touch a tower, they're going to see it. It's one of these. It's more of a risky, more of a greedy.
Sure.
But with great risk, sometimes comes great reward.
And you know what is a great risk that almost never comes with great reward anymore in this game?
A mothership.
Yep, pretty much. We're gonna see just how well uses this mothership, because honestly, there are only really 2 people in existence that can use them properly, and those people are Huck and Kiwikaki.
Yep.
Everybody else sucks.
Yeah, Kiwikaki, one of the world's greatest...
Magic with the mothership.
One of the world's... Actually, the world's greatest mothership play. If you guys haven't seen that clip, just search on YouTube, search Kiwikaki mothership.
One mothership to rule them all.
It's the single greatest thing I've ever seen in StarCraft, no joke. So, we do have a Spire going down now for a GeneralTso. Is that it?
Yeah, I'm going to say that's it.
I'm just going to call him General.
All right.
So this actually could be big trouble for the mothership. Motherships are pretty useless against a pack of Muta. They go down very, very quickly.
In fact, motherships are almost completely useless.
Period.
Against everything.
Yeah.
They're very specific situations do they come in handy, and even then, you still need a small element of luck for it to actually be pulled off properly. But you know what? I'm always excited to see a mothership.
Yeah.
We aren't going to be able to see them in Heart of the Swarm, so, we might as well get all of our mothership action out. There's a lot of high temps coming out right now.
There's actually an infestation pit being produced as well for General.
Going right for Archons.
Yeah, that is really, really interesting. This is
going to be high temp altogether. Just who needs to use energy?
Yeah. We also have level 1 upgrades going. There's quite a bit happening for hehehahe right now. And a 4th going down for General as well. The supplies are relatively the same, 94 to 108. We take a look at the units tab, 57 drones to 54 probes. It's very, very even right now. Still no 3rd for yet. Macro on both players kind of slipping. I'd like to see get a few more gateways. He's very, very low on, there, speak of the devil. We do have 4 gateways.
When in doubt, build 4 more gateways.
Why not?
You know what? I'm kind of depressed that my brand new $2,000 computer is still hurting every time a mothership comes on the field.
Yeah, that's okay though.
That's really depressing.
Yeah, we're at 20 frames a second, but you know what?
What do I need?
We're on Ultra.
Do
We're
I
on
need
Ultra.
like, yeah, we're actually on Extreme.
Extreme.
But do you need like 2 590s in SLI to get the mothership to not?
I don't know if mine drops or not. My two 560s.
You do have 2 gigs, so it could be a little bit different.
You know what? If there's
If we
graphics
weren't
cards,
recording-
if it can't do that,
then whatever.
yeah, seriously, then
To hell with
Starcraft, what are
Starcraft.
you programming here?
Brutal.
Get rid of the mothership.
Absolutely terrible. Looks like we have mutas going up to the top of the base and coming across now. Going to get a little bit of harassment in here. Will be interesting to see just how much he gets dumped. He's going to have to go in, otherwise all those units are going to make a move up to defend the base right now. And it looks like he's going to go after it, maybe doing some pylon sniping. Very wise.
Nice. Very nice.
I love to see pylon sniping.
Yeah.
You know what? At some points in the game, such as this one here,
Yeah,
it can
it's
actually
huge.
be more effective
Oh,
than to
absolutely.
try and go for probes.
Well, here's the thing, Adam, man. A lot of people don't think this. They think, okay, I'm going to get Muta. I'm going to go in and just try to kill probes or whatever. But like Adam said, if you get rid of these pylons, you're actually going to supply block your enemy. And then next thing you know it, he can't do that next
and
warp.
he can't build the reinforcements.
Boom, he is supply blocked right now. And like Adam said, there will be no reinforcements being able to be produced until he gets more supply depots, pylons back up.
That
And
might be a while. We won't
Yeah.
be waiting for those supply depots.
absolutely, but here we go. It looks like we're going to have a huge engagement at the
Mothership's
gold.
not being used properly.
Needs to get a vortex in there right now.
Needs to just.
And boom, he does. Are
There
those
we
Archons
go.
going to fall into it? He needs to make sure those Archons do not fall into the vortex. And
Or he's going to try and do an
Oh!
Archon toilet, which doesn't work since forever.
Yep, that's not good.
No.
And these Mutalisks now running back home. The damage, a lot of damage has been dealt down this way, but still,
And he's still not being used properly right now.
no, this is,
All the Archons are wide open.
this one Void Ray doing work right now. This is the one Void Ray that took out 3 Overlords there near the beginning of the game, and their Roaches are now going to be in here to clean things up. There is an Overseer. He does see everything, and these
Yep.
Mutas are going to come in, and like I said before, Mutalisks are going to eat that mothership apart. Macro on both players right now, slipping big time, but only 40 gas for General. Such a gas-intensive build happening right now, and he needs to resaturate here and counter.
You know what? Roaches and Muta, very, very gas intensive indeed. I mean, Roach is not a huge gas investment, but when you're massing them like this and getting Muta behind them, very gas intensive indeed. That's why you see a lot of Muta and Ling, and really against a Protoss at this point in the game when you're seeing the units compositions that we're seeing here, is that either one's going to be fine. I mean, Archons are going to be doing damage to you no matter what,
Yep.
because Archons are ballers.
Yep.
So you might as well get something that's going to surround properly,
And
because right
here
now
we
we are
go.
seeing Stalkers come out, and Stalkers are going to get, well, it doesn't matter what you have.
This is
Doesn't
just,
matter
that
what.
is a lot of Roaches.
Way too many.
A great counter here, applying some pressure and some damage, gonna get rid of these. If he can take out this expansion, that is going to be absolutely huge, because the Zerg now is still on 4 base. The gold is starting to get set. Oh, and look at the reinforcements that come in, warping some Stalkers over here on the side.
up.
But this is just not going to be enough. This is a whole lot. He's gonna have to do something magical. Although these cannons are dealing massive amounts of damage, the Stalkers are in a great position, warping in some more Stalkers right now. These
Wow.
Roaches have no idea what the hell
Wow.
they're doing, and I
Wow.
would even love to see these probes do some damage against these Roaches, and he actually might be able to stop this. This is crazy. No production going for either player right now. Finally taking out those cannons. There are still lots of Roaches. We're going to need another warp in from if he wants to continue.
And
there it is.
He will
He's actually
defend
going to
this.
be able to defend this. That's huge.
Absolutely. There did, some Roaches did actually come up here as another group of them. Not all that many though,
wow.
and I think there's going to be enough in another warp here. Great positioning here with those Stalkers at the moment,
gateways are
not
going down.
allowing a lot of damage to be done by those Roaches at this point in time. Those gateways are going down. There's still quite a number of gateways here on the field for hehehahe. And I think he might actually be okay here if he plays his card
He's gonna
right.
be
He's going to
okay.
need
Oh,
more.
beautiful
He just
warp
needs
in.
a couple more Zealots, and that's what he warped in here.
What a great
Zealots
defend.
up front. Yeah, Zealots up front and Stalkers in back. The bane of any Zerg's existence, especially when you're massing Roaches.
You know what? I was going to say something. I was going to do a little bit of theory craft there and say I wish that General would have taken out the, some free Muta kills. That's not good.
Whoa,
That's 400 minerals just down to shitter real quick. Or even more than that. Gas, everything. That's just a lot. Just gone.
Hey, more. Great.
Oh, sour. What was I going to say? What was I saying?
Here, have some Overlords.
Yeah, some all kinds of eats. Just delicious. If I was in that Zerg's position, he looked pretty damn solid there.
Absolutely.
So, I was going to say I would have liked him to take out that Nexus, but if I was a Zerg, I probably would have went in and tried to push as well. and it didn't work out. What a great defend by the blue player. I don't even want to say his name anymore because it's just really annoying me.
BJ's Clam Shack.
Yeah.
Best BJ's in town.
The best.
Yep. No clams, oddly enough.
But lots of BJ's.
All you can eat.
Grabbing that third right now, which is really nice. Here comes the counter. Supply right now pretty damn even, 122 to 121. Here comes the Lings. The Lings, you know, this would be a good opportunity for these Lings to come in now that the Zealots are all in the mineral line of General. And, doing very, very nice running in behind. Still does not have Blink. That's troublesome. All these Zealots are in behind these Stalkers. That's not great positioning, but that is just a lot. There we go, backing up those Stalkers, and now the Zealots are going to be able to pick apart all of those Lings. More Stalkers coming in. This is not looking good for General. And it's weird because General on 4 and 3 bases most of the game, I think he kind of droned up and macroed up a little bit too hard. And, I think he had the economic advantage for most of this game.
He definitely had the economic advantage. I'm gonna say just based on what I've witnessed here for macro from both players, that essentially GeneralTso had a bit of an issue probably with larva injects, keeping up with his economy. He had all that money, but he wasn't building units, and that usually comes down to missing larva injects, not having enough larva to keep up with your economy. You can see he had macro hatches because he had that money. He figured, hey, I need more larva. And again, that is basically, especially at lower levels, larva injects are one of the biggest issues for Zerg players. And of course, a Zerg player with good larva injects, terrifying. Because at that point, you know what? I think that push that GeneralTso had, that you were just talking about, I honestly think he should have won the game at that point. His macro was slipping. He had 1,200 and like 600 gas at one point. He wasn't building anything.
I agree.
I think he was just. I'm repeating myself 1,000 times. I think it might have been a larva inject problem.
Yeah, and also a Maximus Black problem where you get tunnel vision. You're in the battle, and you're just kind of just focusing on the battle, and you're not macroing up. And that is the importance, because when you're a Zerg player, you are a macro player. Unless you're a cheesy son bitch that nobody likes, like if you're just going to rush people with 6 pools and all-ins. But for the most part, Zerg is a very macro-intensive race.
Absolutely.
And if you let it drop, races like Protoss, very, very strong. The units themselves are strong. They don't have high numbers. But, when you're playing up against a Protoss, even though it seems like you have inferior numbers, sometimes that isn't enough. Sometimes you really need to bring in that Zerg reinforcement. The creep highway was very nice. We would have been able to get up there nice and quick. I just, honestly, like Adam said, I think it might have been either an inject problem or just a straight-up tunnel vision problem. I think he had that game. I don't want to take anything away from he played a great game, and both players saying good game and well played, and it was a good game. A weird game. Mothership.
Strange. Mothership Gold expansion.
Yeah. It was a good
Not
game.
something you see very often. I enjoyed it a great deal. Well played on both sides, I must say. But I guess we shall wrap it up there.
I feel like we have commentated a game today.
We almost did. I'm not going to say it was full.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that on a scale of 1 to commentary, we were somewhere around Jerry Springer.